Last week, we peeled back the curtain and gave you a real-life tour of the ups and downs of living in a Class B van. This week, we wrap up our time in the camper van in one of the top locations in all of Hawaii, the road to Hana. The road to Hana is breathtakingly beautiful, with sights we have never experienced. Bamboo forest, black sand beaches, and waterfalls. However, tight roads, one-finger shakas,
okay, that was intense.
and a sense of tension between some locals and tourists.
And there were some choice words. We've never had a knock on the door from the police asking us to leave.
Have us wondering how long we should stick around this incredible piece of Hawaii.
We're Marissa, Nathan, Hensley, and JJ. After living in our RV for 6 years, we're taking a 10-week adventure detour to visit our 50th state of Hawaii. Life is a journey. Let go and get going. So when you hear about Road to Hana, it's very iconic Maui. It is this journey with all these stops along the way, and essentially you're on your way to Hana. So we have the Gypsy Guide. You definitely want to get an app that along the way tells you all the stops, gives you all the history. It's like a driving tour.
Soon we'll begin the fun part of the Road to Hana.
Hana is not about actually getting to Hana, although yes, we want to get to Hana and we're excited to explore Hana, but it's about the journey, the adventure, all the amazing stops and turns along the way, and there are a lot of turns and a lot of waterfalls coming up.
All right, it's exciting. Here we go. The Road to Hana. Let's do this.
Did you know there are 620 curves on the Road to Hana?
No, and I thought I heard there was like 40-something bridges, so I get
Like
to do that.
59 bridges.
Okay, so I get to do that 58 more times.
Yes.
Like a one-way bridge.
So the road to Hana takes just a couple hours, but because you have so many stops, it's an all-day adventure.
It's a lot of curves. Look at this road we got coming up. Oh boy, here we go.
Another suggestion
This is
for
narrow,
right
man.
now, try chewing gum. We'll see a lot more action like this as we get further along. If you're susceptible to motion sickness, I suggest two things. Take a turn at being the driver.
It's pretty much what we've done the whole time. Marissa is already feeling sick. We're trying to load up on drink.
Dream before you go.
Whew.
Our first stop on the road to Hana is the Arboretum. Did I say that right? How do you say it?
Arboretum.
Yeah, what she said. So this is a free attraction, but according to our Gypsy Guide, this is a must stop.
To go all the way back there.
Okay, can you help me find it? You found them. Look at these trees. Wow. That's amazing. Look at these colors.
But mommy,
You gonna show it to me?
look. Someone wrote on
They
it.
do not carve on trees.
Wow. Carve them.
Isn't that incredible? This is a rainbow eucalyptus. Look at these colors. Wow. I feel like I am in another world right now. These are something special, aren't they? That is a very interesting flower. What's this one called, Hensley? Lobster claw. Hensley knows all the plants. I just asked her. Wow, look at that bamboo. Oh, it's a mangrove?
Some kind of mangrove.
It does look like a mangrove tree, you're right. Who's your teacher? This is stunning. Wow.
So this is the lava from the volcano we were just at?
Yeah, from Haleakala. This is hardened lava. and you've got these huge crashing waves coming up over it. Can you believe this? All right, so it is dinner time. This is one of the coolest things about having one of these bad boys is you can pull off and have dinner with views like this. Are you excited about dinner? You're having popcorn?
I'm excited dinner.
Dinner? He wanted popcorn. Hensley wanted taco bowl. That's about typical dinner for us. You want to spit it out? Okay.
It's a fun story, but it's actually very, very difficult to find places to stay in a camper van or anything around the road to Hana. So we had some friends we talked to tell us they had a place for us to stay. We came, I don't know, a mile and a half up this road, and they said, oh, there's a sign that says 4-wheel drive only, but you can make it across. Just keep coming up to our land. This is what we were supposed to come across, was this gully with these vans. But it doesn't matter, we can't get there. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We talked to them and said, well, where else can we go? Because it's about to start getting dark. We're in no man's land. We just need a flat place we don't need hookups, we don't need anything. We just want a flat place to park. We're heading down the mountain. I don't know what the plan is. We'll see what happens next. Somebody's coming.
All right, well, we're turning around. We ran into a local that was going into the driveway we were trying to get into, and
with his 4-wheel drive truck.
Yeah, and he's like,
yeah. He's like, you ain't gonna get up that, which we knew we were gonna do that.
So we asked him if he knew anywhere flat we could park tonight since we have struck out. There are very few hip camps.
Yeah, we found a hip camp we're at tomorrow night, but we have nothing tonight. And this was our plan. The friend that knew a friend that knew a friend.
Yeah. Oh man, it's part of the journey.
Well, I think we found out we took a wrong turn somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably our fault.
It's dark. It's raining.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off!
We're in the Hawaiian jungle coming down this mountain right now.
The true Hawaiian experience.
So he told us, but you never know when you hear from one person that says, well, I've seen people camping there before, but he said go down to the beach. So we're gonna go to Koki Beach Park is where he said to go. And he said we should be fine. So he said he never heard of anybody being chased off.
Say a prayer for us.
This is looking good. A minute to our next spot. I can hear the ocean. We're just ready to get some sleep, man. I'm just tired. You're not seeing it, but this video actually ties into our other video. Nobody cares about that. I've been up since 3 a.m., so I'm pretty tired. Getting some sleep.
2 hours later.
So for the first time ever, we just got a knock on our door in the RV, waking us up in the van, and it was the cops saying, you can't be camping here. We didn't want to be camping here. We didn't mean to be camping here. And we honestly don't even know where to go.
Wow, so yesterday was a very challenging day. We thought we had it covered because we had somewhere to park, but the GPS just did not take us there. We got lost, and we were just so tired last night. Nathan and I have been RVing. This is the start of our 7th year, and we've never had a knock on the door from the police asking us to leave. And it's kind of a rite of passage of RVing. I think at some point it's gonna happen. At some point you're gonna park somewhere you didn't know you weren't supposed to be, and last night when we come down and parked at the beach like the local had recommended, we were worried. We thought, you know, is this okay? Is it not okay? We're just going by a local recommendation. And for the first time, we got that 1 a.m. knock on the door of what every RVer does not want to hear, the knock followed by the word police. And so that's a very startling way to wake up at 1 a.m. They were super kind. We told them our story. We told them that we had another plan. We got lost, we couldn't find where we were supposed to park, and that we were not trying to camp on the beach. We just had nowhere else to go. And if they had somewhere else for us to park, we would graciously go anywhere they told us to go. But they were super kind, and he said, you can stay here for the night, but at 5 a.m. set your alarm, be outside and be walking around and not be sleeping, because you can't sleep at the beach. So just be up and go watch the sunrise. So this morning I watched an amazing mandated by the police sunrise. I've never watched a mandated sunrise. I've watched 3 sunrises in a row, guys. That's a record for me. Hi, you want up here too? Good morning, Annie. Babies. This is what makes it worth it, right?
No, it's a bunch.
It's a what? Oh.
It's a bunch.
This is hard to address, but some locals, I think, are excited about tourism. They're good with it. It's a way of making money. It's a way for them to diversify. It's a way for them to meet new people. But then some locals, because this is a very diverse culture with a very different history than any other state in the United States. Some of the locals who have a history of being here in their family, possibly hundreds of years, they're not as crazy about the new tourists taking the spots, blocking the traffic on the road to Hana, making it, and justifiably so, I think. And we try to put ourselves in the position of locals too. If you've been here for hundreds of years and all of a sudden new people are coming in and you can't get to and from work because it's narrow roads, or you can't park where you used to park next to the beach because someone's in your spot, there's a tension there. And so it's common courtesy on the road to Hana, especially where you've got these narrow, windy, curvy, one-lane bridge roads, to use these small pull-offs, because we're face it, we probably got bigger vehicles, we're not driving as fast. I mean, they're trying to get to work, they're trying to shop, they're trying to do the things that they need to be doing on their everyday life. And so you're constantly watching to try to pull off on the side of the road for the locals to be able to get around you and get to where they need to go. 5, 6, 7 different times we did that, and the locals do like a friendly little honk and they'll wave. But then one time, I had to come around a blind corner, and I was committed, and I had people behind me.
Can they go? She said she can't go.
And we're in this van, right? And there was another tour bus. It wasn't just a van, it was like even bigger than this coming around. And we both could not pass at the same time. So I had to stop, I had to back up a little bit, sort of edge off the road just a little bit so they could get by.
Is it always the case? Now, this is not a must-do, but if we're enthusiastic, Coconora Falls are on the right side of the highway.
I don't know what's around the corner. It turns out it's about 15 people.
Wow.
Yeah, there was no yield sign, there's nothing. You're just coming around and it's like, oh, who's gonna stop? And the whole time there's a local behind me just honking the horn, screaming just screaming things I don't know if I've ever had screamed at me before, while we're sitting there trying to let traffic get by us on this tiny little road. And then once they got by, we continued on. As soon as I saw my first pull off, I pulled off on the side of the road to let the local go. And they continued to scream things at us, and I don't know what you call this, the upside down aloha, but they gave us the one finger wave as they went by, screaming things at us.
Okay, that was intense.
I don't even know what just happened.
And there were some choice words because that tour van was as big as we were. So, wow, yeah, I don't even know.
Ridiculous.
I don't even know what to say.
It's hard for me to bring that up because I know you can't let what I hope is a small percentage represent the whole. Because as a whole, we've had a very good experience here. Super friendly, super courteous, lending us things, telling us where to go, offering places for us to stay. Like, we have really, we love and respect the cultures we visit in. But at the same time, you do need to be aware. Sometimes there's some tension there. Ready, buddy? No. Wow, check this out. It's cold?
Refreshing.
There's nobody in there, Marissa, go. You're probably technically cleaner now. You should have brought a bar of soap or something.
It's not clean. I've seen pictures of this place and it's always crowded. So the fact that I could swim in this all alone up that waterfall, that's why I jumped in. Because look at this. My first waterfall in Hawaii, I've like got to myself. They're usually so packed. So Haleakala National Park, you can get to from two entrances. One is from the top where we viewed sunrise, and the second entrance is going past Hana. So after you go past Hana, about 45 more minutes, you'll arrive in this entrance of the national park. And what's cool here is you got these two trails. This one goes down to the 7 sacred pools, and the Pipiwa Trail goes through a bamboo forest and is one of the most popular trails in Hawaii.
You ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Let's go.
Let's go, Dad.
JJ's taking a break already.
Hi, Dad.
Time to hide.
Dad.
Where's JJ? Hey, you found me.
You a tree hugger?
Aww. This is stunning. So they nicknamed these the 7 sacred pools, but it was just to get tourists to keep following the road to Hana and come down. There's actually like a dozen of them. But you can swim in these, but it's very rare that the water level is open enough that you can swim in the pools. It's just stunning here.
Want to see it? There it is. Wow. There's the waterfall. Now that's a climbing tree.
No, I've ever seen them.
Look at that.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
It's a bamboo forest. Wow.
They should put a panda in here.
You think there's a panda in here? Maybe.
I said they should put a panda in
Why don't
here.
you eat a panda? You can go there and gnaw on it?
No. It's poisonous.
This is cool. Wow, Hensley. Look at all the bamboo. It's really something, man.
Okay, this is super cool. I feel like you could just like live in here.
So I think one of my favorite things about this is just the noise of the bamboo like banging against each other. I mean, it's a whole different environment, nothing we've ever seen. You're talking half a mile of this plus. We're not even to the end of it yet. There's a lot of bamboo. Isn't this a lot of bamboo, Hensley?
Yeah, I hope there's a panda in here.
Yeah, we're still watching for that panda, aren't we? No panda yet.
It's like the bamboo's making music as you hike through, and it's shaded. Oh, wow. It's incredible. Hensley really wants a panda in here. Hey, Hensley, I bet if you put it in the suggestion box at the national park, maybe they'll put a panda in.
That has to be the biggest
Oh,
waterfall.
wow.
Oh my goodness.
That has to be the biggest waterfall in the world.
That's impressive. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Wow.
I think when you think of Hawaii, this is like the vision you have. This is true Hawaii. That's incredible.
You say bye-bye waterfall?
Bye-bye waterfall.
Bye-bye waterfall.
So last night when we went through the peninsula, there's Sandy's there. That's a really famous banana bread stop. She was closed and we missed it. Thank goodness our friends down to Detour, thank you guys that we're traveling with, they went back this morning and picked us up a loaf. So we're gonna have to dig into this and let you know if the banana bread is as good as they say it is. Get that.
It's like a Tammy.
Here we come. That's so people know we're coming around the corner. It said to blow our horn. But I'll put it in his mouth for him so he can drive.
Oh, tons of room on this one. We're good. We're good. Oh, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna let him go.
Oh, wow. Road to Hana is quite the adventure. Just the banana bread, make it worth it.
I can't actually taste it. I'm focusing on not dying, so.
It's good. My mom, she makes really good banana bread. It's hard to compete with hers. My mom always says because hers is made with love.
So didn't she say the secret ingredient was just sugar?
Love.
Oh, love.
Secret ingredient is love, Nathan.
Oh.
And probably a little sugar. I love you, Mom. I love your banana bread. After yesterday's adventure, it feels so good to have our home parked for the next 2 nighs.
I mean, it's $50 a night for a flat piece of land, but
We'll take it.
we'll take it.
This is super cool.
I don't know if I'm even gonna put my head under that.
Do it.
3. Oh, it's a lot of water. It's cold.
Better than nothing, or?
When I've had nothing for 4 days, it's better than nothing.
You gonna take a shower in there?
I can't even breathe. I can't even breathe.
Are you okay? He takes your breath
It
away.
takes my breath away, dude. It's cold. I guess I could just turn it on less, right? Instead of just like field light. Oh wow, why didn't I think of that?
There's an adjustment?
Yeah, why didn't I think of that? We're doing what we're pretty sure hardly anybody, if anybody, ever does. We are actually leaving the road to Hana and Hana early. We plan to stay here 3 nights, 4 days. This is hard because we're the kind of people, like, we're picking up trash around the parks when we go to them. We're not carving on the trees. We're not damaging things. I mean, we are trying to follow the rules. We want to learn about the area and we want to share that with you guys because I think there is something beautiful about everywhere. And we want to do that in a respectful way. The last 48 hours, we were honked at by the local behind us. We were flipped off by this. They stuck their head out the window and screamed about how they felt about us. We also had another local scream at us because it was a tight road and the traffic was stuck. We have had the cops called on us while we went to a beach that we're told by a local was okay to go to.
This morning we left our camp spot. We did not have cell service and we had to get a video up this week and finish our work. So we just drove into town to try to use our own internet. We have a hotspot that we use. We just needed cell service. So we pulled off in an empty parking lot and we got a little chastised by a local that just felt like
they thought we had spent the night in the parking lot.
It was around 7 a.m. and we were just trying to get a little work done before we started exploring for the day. And yeah, she wasn't happy about us parking and felt like we had stayed the night there. And I assured her that we had a camp spot, and she told us that that she had tagged us by the police, and
we've been there like 10 minutes, and Marissa was going to go walk to the grocery store that was next to it. And I mean, we don't want to stay there any longer. We have to. I mean, we're really trying, Hana. I mean, we're really trying.
Hana is absolutely gorgeous. We've had a wonderful experience exploring Hana, but I think the vibe we're getting is explore Hana and then
just get out,
move on. We've never felt that anywhere though. So it's
again so many firsts in this video. So we're moving on. We're heading back to the other side of Hana, and we've still got a couple of pretty awesome things to show you guys along the way.
This state park is very known for its black sand beach. It's incredibly beautiful. I can honestly say I've never seen or experienced anything like this black sand beach. Look at this. Look. How crazy. This is awesome. You do a sand angel.
I'm not a sand angel. That's what you get the stuff all over you.
Get Hensley to do it. She'll do it.
Hey Hensley, you wanna do a sand angel? There you go.
It's got black sand.
You can't really see it.
Man, this is incredible. This beach, a black sand beach, is because it's crushed volcanic rock. But what's really cool about it, they say it only took a few weeks for this black sand to actually be broken up and formed. But one day they think that this beach is going to be gone and it's going to be washed away. Enjoy things while you can. You never know how things in nature are going to change. And that's what we've learned from traveling too, is what was available at one time could be totally unavailable at a different time. And go. An Airstream in Maui. My wheels are turning because I'm like, how did that Airstream get on this island and down this windy one-lane road? How's it been driving the camper van on Road to Hana?
Number one skill, I think, for driving this is depth perception. So like if you're constantly find yourself thinking you've got room to pull out in front of people in town, and like people are getting on your tail and you're like, oh man, I thought I had way more room than that. Or if you're like constantly waiting because you're afraid to pull out in front of traffic because you just can't tell. Like you've got to be able to have good depth perception of where the railing is, how fast you're going, how fast they're going, where you're at on the road. Like it's I think that's what Marissa's looking. She's like holding on to the side sometimes thinking I'm gonna hit something. But
my depth perception is not there yet. I don't know if that's something you just have, you can learn. Depth perception is not my thing when it comes to RV. Officially made it off Road to Hana.
There you go. Although we felt some tension in Hana, we feel like it's well worth it to RV Hawaii. If you want to see more of what that RVing adventure was like, we put together a custom 4-video playlist just for you.